Okay, so we're here once again in Mining Simulator 2, and today's video is basically all about scamming and how to avoid it. Now obviously, when it comes to any kind of game with trading, there's always going to be scammers around. It just happens and there's not really any way to avoid it. However, there's a ways to actually avoid getting scammed yourself, and what we're going to do in today's video is show off some of those methods. So basically, when it comes to trading, I have my alt account in here right now, so we can just do some like kind of actual visual trading and stuff like that. Basically, one of the ways that people can get scammed is by faking the stats of pets. So basically, as you can see here, I have a bucket of shells, shiny. Now this does 12,000 mining power and 12,000 coins as well. However, if I was to approach a newer player who had something that I wanted, however, I didn't exactly want to give them anything useful and I wanted to basically scam them, what I would say instead is that maybe this pet did 15,000 or 16,000 mining power, and obviously then when I put it in, they're just going to think, oh, that does 16,000 mining power, I need that for my team, so I will do this trade. However, one thing that you do need to do is actually hover over the pet in the trading menu. You can either do this on mobile by just pressing it basically really easily, or you can hover your mouse over it, and basically as you can see, it actually shows the stats really easy, and that way then you can actually know the true stats of the pet. And on top of that as well, if it is actually a level 20, you can also see there what level it is. I'm not too sure if this works for any other pets in terms of the actual proper level and stuff. I don't think I actually have any other pets that are like kind of half leveled up. But yeah, basically what you could do is just hover over your mouse or press on the pet in the trading menu, and it will just come up with the stats really easy, so that way then you will never get scammed for their actual stats, and you can always know the true stats. Now another way that people get scammed is basically by inflating value again to players who don't know value. Now in terms of my trading, I don't exactly trade a lot. I'm not a great like knowledge person when it comes to trading and value. However, there is always a great ways to actually avoid getting scammed and getting lower value than you actually should be. So say you have a really high value pet. I don't really have any right now. Let's just say the Liberty. Say this pet is worth around 500 value in terms of the actual game, 500% or something like that. However, depends however you like to say the value. Basically then, I could put this in, and if the person who I'm trading with doesn't know value, they can just go ahead and say this has 2,000 value, basically increasing its value fakely or falsely by adding 4 times on the value. And then obviously then this other person's going to end up putting in 2,000 value worth of pets basically, and then getting absolutely ripped off and scammed. Now some people do call this lowballing, which obviously again isn't exactly the worst thing in the world because you're technically still doing trade. However, a lot of people do consider this as a scam, and it does depend on the level. If you are lowballing by like say 100 or 200 value, it's not the worst thing in the world. However, if you're doing it by like thousands, then obviously it's going to be a bit of a problem. So yeah, make sure basically what you need to do is I would recommend joining the Rumble Studios Discord server for multiple reasons. There's trading channels in there where you can obviously find some really good traders who will actually trade you properly, and on top of that as well, there is a win or loss category in there as well, which you can basically go in and ask the people, is this trade a win or is this trade a loss? And most of the time the people will actually say if it's a big loss or a big win. And basically if they're saying it's a big loss, they might also tell you the amount of value you're going to lose. And if it's a big loss or just a loss in general, you basically want to avoid doing that trade. Obviously if you really want the pet that this person is offering and it's only a small loss, you may as well go for it anyways because it has value to you basically. However, if it's a big loss in terms of value and you're only trading for value, you may as well just go ahead and decline that trade and get out of there, because that person is probably trying to get more value than it's actually worth basically. So yeah, and on top of that as well, there is multiple value lists out there. I'm not exactly too sure how many, and I'm not really too sure which one is like the most widely used one. However, there is a community value list. I believe Alpha GG has a value list as well. And again, if you do join the Rumble Studios Discord server, they will always show you the best value list to use. Most likely it will be something like the community value list, just because that is usually like the most like used one, because it's basically made by the community for the community. So yeah, those are basically some ways to avoid getting scammed. Now on top of that as well, when you do kind of like ready up and stuff, and the other person readies up as well, there is also this other option down here to basically confirm the trade. Now obviously if that person goes ahead and confirms it, it's basically then up to you to actually decline or confirm it. So it's basically kind of like telling you, are you sure about doing this trade? Make sure you just kind of know what's going on and stuff. And then obviously if you do like the trade, you can go ahead and hit confirm. However, if the trade basically looks like this, you're going to go ahead and hit decline. The trade's going to cancel, the window's going to close, and all of your pets are going to be safe. So yeah, make sure you are definitely using the Discord to find out how much value you're getting, how much value you're losing, and on top of that as well, you can just find out the values of your pets in general. So yeah, really important basically that if you are a trader or you want to do some trading, that you actually go ahead and use the Discord server, because it is very valuable in terms of doing trades and stuff like that. So yeah, those are some ways in terms of actually avoiding getting scammed. I hope this does help. If there's any other ways that you guys have been scammed in the past, let me know, and I will also show other methods of how to basically avoid that. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you all in the next video.